The diamonds are forever.
Hi everyone, this is AFCRDTV and welcome to highlights Dover Athletic against AFC Rushden Diamonds from the FA Cup on Saturday. So with London Colney, Northwood, Cockfosters and then Cambridge City in the last round, all defeated, Diamonds had gone through 4 separate rounds to get to the FA Cup third qualifying round, and with it the long trip south to Dover. And in the first half you really wouldn't have said that there were 3 levels between the two sides. Faisal Korea was always dangerous. Here he fired in a left wing cross and no Diamond could get to it before the Dover goalkeeper Mitch Walker. And still they push the Diamonds after something of an onslaught by Dover in perhaps the first 10 minutes here. Alfie Taylor getting a shot on target again, Walker being equal to it. Although perhaps predictably in the end, Dover did have a succession of corners, and from one of those corners, here it was Sean Raggett who rose high from the set piece and headed into the back of Tom Cross's net. And there was more danger for the Diamonds a little bit later on. A lovely move down Dover's left, headed firmly into the back of the net by Ricky Modeste. Although fortunately for the Diamonds, that was ruled out for offside. And then finally for the Diamonds, here came the moment that all the travelling became worth it. A long ball from Tom Cross, headed on by Russ Dunkley. He did that all game long. And then it was the Diamonds' Alfie Taylor to calmly side foot the ball into the back of the net, with defenders and goalkeeper all converging on him to produce a wonderful roar from the travelling crowd and give Diamonds what was probably at that stage a deserved equaliser. So at half time, in what was turning out to be a pulsating FA Cup tie, it was Dover Athletic 1, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1. It's always important to come out of the traps in the second period sharply, and it was possible for the Diamonds that the fans had kept them going during the difficult stage of the first half. Certainly they seemed so motivated, and the atmosphere in the away end was the like of which a lot of fans haven't really seen for a long time. The game started a little bit flat really for the Diamonds in that second period, and unfortunately it was Tom Cross who made an error after a high ball into the area. Or might have bounced in off Aaron Parkinson, but either way Dover got their second goal just on the 46th minute, and then a foul by Korea gave a penalty to Dover, although it was Tom Murphy who blazed that penalty over Tom Cross's crossbar. So for the second game on the bounce in the FA Cup, the Diamonds' opponents missed a penalty. Really, Diamonds didn't do enough to remain in the game in the second period as their legs tired, and it was Barry Cogan in the 75th minute with a shot from distance, really confounding all the Diamonds' defence and ending up in the back of the net. Diamonds, to their absolute credit, continued to play away in that second period. Alfie Taylor worked exceptionally hard, getting a cross in, although Walker was first to it. And then in the end, that was the end of the action. So full time in this one, Dover Athletic 3, AFC Rushden Diamonds 1, and Diamonds FA Cup adventure ends for this season.
I'm here with Mark Starmer after the third qualifying round FA Cup tie against Dover Athletic. Diamonds going down to a 3-1 defeat. Mark, your views after the game?
I thought we started quite brightly, really. Caused a couple of issues to them. First 10 minutes, and then they got a grip of the game. And obviously a set piece went 1-0 up. Then a disallowed goal, but we never caved in. And got back in the game with a good goal and 1-1 at half time. I didn't feel flat at us, but we knew it was going to be hard in the second half, and we had to keep it tight early doors. And you know, Crossy will have nightmares about that one, I'm sure. And that the second half didn't start well, and it was a bit of a killer, really. And we never really recovered from that, if I'm honest. We were very flat, That's understandable, and their quality told in the second half, and they've had the lion's share of the possession in the second half, and made it hard for us. And at 2-1, you've always got a chance, but we weren't getting things. They were. I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought he'd been practising his diving off the cliffs here at Dover, but he got the penalty and he missed it anyway. So disappointing overall, but we can hold our heads up high. We've done ourselves justice. We haven't let anyone down, and we move on.
And there certainly didn't seem to be a gap of 3 divisions between the teams in the first half. I thought we came out strongly, battled hard. And what do you say to them at half time?
Keep going, expect, they were getting a bit of a rollicking at half time, and expected them to come out flying, and we never saw that really. We've given them the goal, and you can't account for that. And from that moment on, it went very flat, and I think that was a real killer, because they hadn't earned that. They hadn't done nothing to deserve that. I actually thought it was a free kick just before that. But then they knocked it around and they showed their threat, and yeah, that's when I think they did show their class and the gulf between us and them. But we kept at it, we worked hard, and we haven't disgraced ourselves by any way. And
the effort at the end, they went 3-1 down. It could have been a damaging for the last 15 minutes. I thought they still battled and even caused a couple of problems.
Yeah, like I say, they've not let anyone down. They've kept going against obviously a side from three levels higher, and you never know what might have been if Cross had held on to that. But it's done, it's dusted, and I'm proud of every single one of them, because they've for the 45 minutes they've put up a great show in terms of football and commitment. And the second half they put up a show of commitment. We haven't kept the ball particularly well or done things with the ball, but they've made it very hard and thoroughly deserve the win, I suppose.
It's been a long cup run. 5 teams we've played. What's your memories and the one that you'll take with you for this season, if I can't guess?
Funny enough, the one memory that I'll take with me is that goal that London Colney may or may not have scored that kept us in it.
Yeah.
Because that was a bit of luck we needed, and then obviously the rest is history. There's Dunks' 5 goals. There's the performances all round. The Northwood victory away was a tremendous victory, and the 3rd goal against Cambridge probably is high up there. But at the end of the day, it's been a great cup run. Any team at any level who plays 5 cup games can be proud of themselves, and that's what we've done. And we look forward to the league game on Tuesday night, and then the Vars next week, and we see where we go.
And any knocks or anything worries for Tuesday against PNS?
It's too early to say. There's a few sore bodies in there. They put everything on the line, and there may well be a few sore bodies in there and a few knocks that we find out about tomorrow morning. But that's a gutted in there at the minute, because Dover didn't deserve. So I'll rephrase that. Dover didn't earn the right for their 2nd goal, and we've gifted them really, but they'll stick together, they'll bounce back, and we'll go again on Tuesday. So yeah, really proud of them, and they can be proud of themselves. And at the end of the day, you always come to a place like this and hope you don't get hammered, or you don't put a shift in, or you don't perform and you let the day go by. But they haven't done that. They've mucked in from 1 all the way up to 11. They've all put a shift in, so you can't. I'm disappointed. But you can't be anything but a full praise for them and be proud of them.
And the support here today was a lot of noise from the Diamond fans. I think that's a great tribute to them.
Superb, absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Loud all the way through. They knew, we got nothing to lose, but they still came down in numbers. They knew it was going to be a tough call, but they've come down in numbers and cheered us on all games. So yeah. They were superb, and I'd like to say thank you for them. and I'm sure Peaksy and everyone else, all the players say thank you, and you saw the ovation we got at the end, and the response we've given back. You know, it means a hell of a lot, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the lads. I just hope they go home and all have a safe journey home.
So from the fans, give them our best wishes for the efforts in this cup run. It's been a great journey for us all, and back to league action on Tuesday, and we look forward to seeing you at the Dog and Duck against PNS.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Cheers, Matt.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
I'm here with Alfie Taylor after today's FA Cup third qualifying round defeat at Dover Athletic. Alfie, man of the match. Did you enjoy that today?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. Obviously, come a long way. Done well in all the rounds. Just want to start off with thanking the fans today. I think a brilliant turnout. Absolutely brilliant, and yeah, thanks to the fans for their support today.
Tell us about your goal. You seem to be getting onto those flicks from Russ now. I think at the start of the season you weren't sure which way to go, but you always seem to be finding that flick on there.
No, that's right. Yeah, I've learned a lot more, you know, as the season's progressed, and yeah, I'm reading them a lot better. Yeah, it's really enjoyable playing up front with a big man like Dunks and getting on like the end of the goal I got today.
So which goal was the memorable? The one here when you celebrated in the corner with the fans, or the one against Cambridge City? Are they both?
I'll have to say both. I mean, obviously Cambridge City was the winner, but yeah, I'll have to say both. Two brilliant occasions.
So this season, after you came back from injury last season, you probably struggled a little bit. You've really hit the ground running. 12 goals, I think now. Was it 13? I've lost count. But how are you feeling in yourself as we go into back into league action on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously we're going to be disappointed today, but you know, we've got to keep our heads up high and go back into obviously league action on Tuesday. It's been a great run. We've enjoyed every minute of it, and like again, I just want to thanks fans because you know, they've got us here at the end of the day.
So Alfie, thanks a lot, and we'll see you on Tuesday night.
Forever.